What's up, everybody? My name is Ashley, also known as Kittykosmos. You can check me out over at twitch.tv/Kittykosmos. I stream every Friday through Sunday. I have a guest, a very special guest, by the name of Zach Galligan. Many of you may know him from the classic 1984 film Gremlins. I am going to be putting his link in the description below to all of his socials. Make sure you check that out as well. We were discussing 90s nostalgia on my stream the other night, and we specifically started talking about Furbies. If you guys don't know what Furbies are, they were a electronic robotic toy that came out in the late 90s, and they were all the rage. One of my viewers sent me her Furby because she didn't want it anymore because it freaked her out and scared her, and she was like, I'd be happy to send it to you in the mail. So she sent it to me in the mail, and we are going to unbox it and talk about it and discuss it with Zach. If you enjoy this content, leave a comment in the comment section below, like the video, and subscribe. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I am joined by my longtime friend, Zach Galligan, who some of you guys may know from the 1984 classic film Gremlins, directed by Steven Spielberg and Joe Dante. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
What are we here for? What are you going to do?
We're going to discuss Furbies, the toy that I grew up with and apparently has made a resurgence. And I wanted to... It has basically a relevance. Or a relevance? No.
Yeah, it has a relevance.
Yeah.
It has a relevance because I did a film called Gremlins, which has to do with a creature called a mogwai, which looks like this. And then they put out the Furby 14 years later, and I guess you're going to unbox it and show us what it looks like now.
So someone from my community on Twitch, they sent me a Furby. Basically, she didn't want it anymore because she said it creeped her out. And they are so nostalgic to me and my childhood because I never owned one. So I have it here in the box. I was going to do a box opening, and then basically there's an entire story behind Gremlins and Furbies, and I thought Zach would be the perfect person to come on and talk about this because the film is responsible for pretty much the creation of Furbies.
Or the inspiration.
The inspiration
One
behind
or the other.
Yeah.
But the question is, did you have a Furby when you were a kid? Is this like is it like a reunion for you? Did you never have one?
Yeah. Well, first of all, what do you know about Furbies? Tell me what you know.
Well, the thing for me with Furbies is that it was the big toy of the Christmas of 1998. Mm-hmm. And when it came out, just like with Cabbage Patch dolls and stuff like that, and so it was the must-own toy of 1998, and it got enormous amounts of publicity. And you had people, going to Toys R Us and like stealing from each other.
Can we take a moment for Toys R Us? Can we just?
Oh yeah, no, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Anyway.
But remember when you used to see on the news like people getting into fights in department stores because people were so trying to get the last version of the toy for their kids?
Yep.
So Furby was the Cabbage Patch doll of 1998.
Yes.
And it got an enormous amount of press.
I was 12. 98. Yes, I was born in 86, so I was 12 when Furbies came out. I feel like that I was younger. To me, it just seems like, I guess because I'm just old and it was so long ago. It's
22 years ago. I mean, it's a while. So did you ever see one or have any contact with one? Did you get one?
So the thing was, it was all the rage. I'm assuming that it was pretty expensive at the time that it came out, maybe just compared to like an average toy. So the only time I got to play with them is when I was with my friends at daycare. Mm-hmm. My only memory of them is that I got to borrow one and bring it home with me for like a few days and play around with it, and I was really excited. I don't remember
Did it talk?
They talked. I don't remember what it said, but there was this whole thing with them where they would, I don't know if you ever read about this, but they would do weird things, almost like the equivalent of like Alexa and stuff today, where like
just saying random things,
saying weird stuff and glitching.
Sure.
And I remember, I think they would even say like curse words because it seemed like there was something that would like mimic, your behavior and things that you would say, like it was listening and recording, which is kind of creepy.
They had their own language, so they would speak Furbies, you know, and so it would say things like doobie dooba and Buddha and all of these weird things, and people would start thinking that they would hear things that it said that maybe it didn't.
I remember them though, like you could teach it words. I'm almost certain you could teach it words.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. But one of the funny things is that people thought there was you know how there's like a lot of these urban myths and rumors that start spreading really quickly.
Yeah.
People thought that the Furby could actually be used as a recording device. Like you could record conversations and stuff secretly with a Furby.
Yeah.
So the National Security Agency, which is like the CIA.
Sure, the NSA, yeah.
Yeah, the NSA banned Furbies from entering their facilities because they were afraid people were going to take Furbies.
It's like TikTok today.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of TikTok.
Exactly.
You can't, a bunch of friends of mine that are in service, right? In the service, they...
Intelligence service or military service?
Military, that are in the military. They are not allowed to have TikTok on their phones.
So are you going to do the unboxing later, or when are you going to do the unboxing?
No, I figured we talk about it a little bit first, but
Okay.
yeah, I have the box here. I'll open it up and yeah, let's just get to it. Thank you first of all to Allie who sent this to me. I really appreciate it. It was very, very sweet of you. And yeah, I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot. All right, let's just open it. Here. I did not look into this yet. I just started it with a box cutter. Let's see. So Allie said, she left me a little note. Hey Kitty, hope you have fun with this creepy toy. LOL, love Allie Cat. Thank you, Allie.
At least she's giving you foreshadowing that it's going to be creepy.
Yeah, she said it creeped her out. Like I had dolls that definitely creeped me out. Like I had an ET doll when I was a kid.
And that creeped you out?
Oh yeah. It used to scare me. Did you have a toy that used to scare you growing up?
I did, but it was basically, you know, I'm significantly older than you. I had like a clown lamp. It was like 3 clowns, and you would like they were holding balloons, and you would like pull on the switch, and the balloons would light up. And I hated clowns.
So many people right now are probably just cringing thinking about that.
I hated it. It gave me nightmares. Eventually, my mom had to take it out.
Do you think that's what made you afraid? Because I know that you're afraid of clowns. Do you think that's what made you like have a clown phobia?
I think it certainly started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. I mean, I'm talking about like when I was 3.
Yeah.
You know, not like when I was 10.
Oh my god!
What'd she put in it?
She put in my logo on my Twitch stream. She made me, this is my logo. Look at Allie! Thank you! That is so thoughtful. So this one, right off the bat, this definitely, it has similarities to what I grew up with, but it's definitely like the updated version. Because the one that I had, like if you grab your gizmo there, and then we're going to start making the comparisons in a minute, but you can see the eyes, like it had, you know, little doll eyes in it. This one, these apparently light up and stuff. So, but here, we'll put the batteries in.
The ears, also you can put batteries in this one, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Did you know this one? It sings.
I didn't know that. The spring's on the minus, then I did that backwards.
Yeah, that goes there. And now.
Oh, fuck. Wait.
Spring.
Wait.
Bottom is the spring. Just stick it in. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Oh!
Just moved. Careful, because it...
It's so loud. Wait, turn Gizmo on and see what they start to... See if they talk.
Do you think that we're triggering it, or it just like plays stuff over and just does its own thing?
Oh, he
Hey,
just burped.
burped.
I give that one a 3 out of 10.
Now you can cut and you burp. You can cut them
Wait.
together.
You think I can burp louder than the Furby?
Probably. Just gonna suck air.
Get Furby!
Easy for you to say.
Okay, but all right. So let's discuss how this relates to you.
How it relates to
and
me.
why
Okay.
I brought you in today to discuss this. So let's grab Gizmo.
Okay.
Now, obviously, this is a newer model, right?
And what we're going to do is we're going to show you a picture of the 1998 model so you have a comparison.
Okay.
So 1998, and it's like the height of the Furby season, and it's heading towards Christmas. And the two people that I worked with on both Gremlins movies, the producer Mike Fennell, or one of the producers, and Joe Dante, the director, are working on another movie, and they see a Furby commercial, and they think to themselves, that looks a lot like what we created 15 years ago. And so they alert Warner Brothers legal department about possible copyright infringement. And Joe and Mike just sort of let it go. And a couple of months later, they hear, and everybody hears, especially right around Christmas time, that Warner Brothers had threatened to sue the toy company Hasbro.
Really?
Yes, for millions and millions of dollars for copyright infringement. And instead, what happened was there was a settlement for several $1 million. And in 1999, the year after Furbies were big, they made what was called a Furby Gizmo. Basically, to make a lot of money for Warner Brothers to pay them off for essentially ripping off Gizmo. And they didn't want the stigma of ripping off Gizmo, so they just sort of started to put out models that were slightly different, where the ears
Right.
are smaller, and eventually you end up with that where it really doesn't look anything like it.
So
But
I
you can
remember-
see how it kind of did.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I still remember you, I remember you saying something about, like when they took it to court and they they were like arguing that it was all original and everything.
It never actually made it to court.
Oh, it didn't?
It never made it to court. It was that's why it was a settlement. They threatened, and
Oh, it
they
was
were
a settlement,
basically
okay.
like, look, take a look at these two things side by side, and if you think you're going to win, you're not going to win in
Right.
court. So they went, okay, because it was doing so well and making
Apparently,
so much
Warner
money.
Brothers is quite relentless when it comes to any sort of copyright.
Any corporation that makes billions of dollars is pretty relentless in protecting their
Yeah.
intellectual property.
That's pretty ballsy, though, I have to say, for Hasbro to.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had sort of a negative feeling about Furbies because to me it just struck me as a bit of a ripoff
Yeah.
of something that was very near and dear to me. But as you can see, as the years have gone on in successive models, they've moved way farther away. It really doesn't look like it now at all. It looks like a bat or something.
But it's still, even what you were saying, they speak Furbies, like in the Gremlins, when they speak their little, gibberish language,
Yeah,
it's
Gizmo caca and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
It's very similar. So when they took them, they gave them the cease and desist and everything, I just kind of remember them just disappearing. But that also could just be me growing up and stopping playing with certain toys as well. But
I think the fad kind of ran out.
Sure.
And so by 2002, they stopped making them because they weren't trendy anymore. And then about, 2007, like 5 years had gone by and everything old is new again. So they sort of brought them back.
Right. And then, of course, everyone who was a 90s kid like me, part of the 90s generation that had all those toys, they're all in their 30s now like me, and there's a major resurgence in nostalgia for the 90s. Like if you go out right now and, you see so much 90s fashion is back, and then
Power Rangers.
yeah, all of it. All right, we have, so there's a couple of, 10 in-demand facts about Furby. This is just a random website that I pulled up, and it has a couple of things about the Gremlins there. But here, we'll just start with number one. It was banned at a U.S. spy base, which we already knew. We were talking about the National Security Agency, NSA.
Banned it.
You can say over 100 words in Furby speak.
Furbish, of course, is the Furby's native language. It starts out speaking only Furbish, then begins integrating English into its vocabulary as the owner speaks to it more. The 2005 English to Furbish dictionary included 121 words, including diamond, aiku, monster, momo, and what's up, do-oo-tai. Hey, it was the 90s.
What's up? Wow, that's so 90s. That is so 90s. So it's not Furbies, it's Furbish. That's the language.
That's the language. That's
We were calling it Furbies. I kind of like Furbies better.
You mean like Chinese and Furbies? I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, it has an interesting sound to it. Designs were concerned it would be too girly. Though the Furby was primarily targeted at young girls, designers at Tiger Electronics, which invented the toy, wanted it to appeal to boys as well. The solution: give Furbies the ability to burp and fart.
Boys are so sad.
So
burping and
black
farting.
And white.
It's just ridiculous.
Burping and farting sold.
There was a concerted effort to hack it. In 1999, engineer Peter van der Linden issued the Hack Furby Challenge, which offered $250 to the first person who could make a Furby reprogrammable. The engineers at Tiger Electronics had intentionally made this difficult by encasing the relevant components in an epoxy shell. This was in part to avoid the fate of Play School's talking Barney toy, which is relatively easy to hack so that it would say curse words.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember that. I mean,
can you imagine a talking Barney telling you to f*** off?
I love you. You love me. F*** you.
That probably was hilarious.
There are lots of special types of Furbies. Hasbro wasn't content to stop at regular old Furbies. Oh no, among special Furbies put out between 98 and 2002 were Wizard Furby, Santa Furby, Jester Furby, President Furby, Kid Cuisine Furby, and High C Furby.
They didn't mention the Gizmo Furby, but that's in there too.
Yeah, so...
And then 2015 they had a Star Wars
Chewbacca?
tie-in.
Furbacca. Mm-hmm. Hasbro was sued over Furby's resemblance to a Mogwai, so, I mean, we basically already said all this. At one point, there was a Furby movie in development.
Huh, didn't know that.
I wonder if...
It's at the Weinstein Company, but it fell apart because the Weinstein Company fell apart, for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And there's already a made-for-TV Furby movie.
Oh, interesting. If you just can't wait for the Weinstein Company's Furby movie, you can whet your appetite with Furby Island, a 45-minute TV special about a girl and her family who ventured to Furby Island and must save its inhabitants from the villainous Dr. Conquest. The graphics are slightly terrifying, it says in parentheses.
Maybe you want to show a little clip of that at the end.
Yeah, maybe. We can find that.
Those are your 10 fun facts.
Those are the 10 fun facts. Well, thank you very much for giving me your time and... bringing Gizmo along. Anything that people should be, speaking of Gremlins, anything that people should be looking out for in the future? Any upcoming projects?
Well, there's going to be a Gremlins animated series that's coming out next year in 2021. It's going to be on HBO Max, which is the Warner Brothers streaming platform like Netflix. And it's going to be 10 episodes, 10 30-minute episodes. It's kind of cool. It takes place in China. And as of now, Joe Dante, like I said, the director of Gremlins, is involved in it as a creative consultant. There's no word on whether I'll have anything to do with it yet or not. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to have nightmares tonight. As am I. All right, thanks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and just tell me what you thought. And tell me also if you guys had a Furby. Did you guys own a Furby? If you had a Furby, or what your any experience of you know, Furbies, if your friends had Furbies, weird Furby stories, I would love to hear about it. So make sure you leave it in the comment section below. And again, all the links are in the description below to my Twitch channel and my Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, as well as Zach's. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.